All right, we're talking about Alien, a brand new movie. We do not know if it's a reboot. We do not know if it's a continuation. But we do know that apparently Cailee Spaeny, and I don't know if I said that name right. Did I say that name right?
Cailee Spaeny. I mean, that's like the only way you can say it.
Really? Cailee Spaeny?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Cailee Spaeny is circling the new movie. And again, we do not know if it's a continuation or a reboot, but we do know that I can totally see her playing a young Sigourney Weaver. I can see that.
Sigourney. So funny.
Sigourney. What is her name?
Sigourney Weaver.
Is it Sigourney? Yeah. I'm sorry. When you have a name like that, don't expect people to get it right. Sigourney.
She's only like a legendary actress.
I'm bad at names, Shane. Shawnee.
I know.
Listen, Shawnee.
I got it.
Yeah, but look.
Sorry. There's some that are ridiculous, and I think that was hilarious.
I think Cailee Spaeny can totally pull off a Sigourney Weaver. Although she looks better in this picture here than in this picture here. I don't know if this one can pull off Sigourney Weaver.
No, the picture they used, I thought, was very... And I'm pretty sure that's probably why they did it. She's got kind of the short hair thing, shorter hair going on, the kind of the pasty complex, you know.
So what do you think, man?
Well, it looks like... Here's what we'll tell you what we do know. Okay, so according to Deadline, momentum is revving up on 20th Century Studios' new Alien movie. As sources tell Deadline, Cailee Spaeny is in talks to star. Fede Álvarez is directing, with Scott Free producing. It's funny, when it said in the headline, and Scott Free, I'm like, oh, is that like no Ridley Scott? That's like the way I read that was like Scott Free is that like a clever way of saying Ridley Scott's not going to be a part of the film,
right?
Which wouldn't be surprising if he wasn't. But no, apparently Scott Free is the name of the company producing. Maybe that is Ridley Scott's. We'll have to look. Anyways, not much is known about the topic other than the iconic, ferocious race of alien beings called xenomorphs will be front and center, again, raining terror against the humans that cross their paths. 20th Century and Scott Free made this a top priority after hearing Alvarez's pitch.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, but I think it's Ridley Scott's production company.
Is it really?
Because it says Blade Runner,
that makes sense.
Alien Covenant, yeah.
Scott Free. It makes sense. And I don't know why he would let anybody else do it.
These producers get so big that they start their own companies, and then you start referring to their companies instead of them, like Bad Robots Productions. And because JJ did the same thing, like Bad Robots producing this thing, and everyone's just assuming that everyone knows what Bad Robot is, right?
Right. And Scott, I think I've heard, you've definitely, is Scott Free the one with the bird, like in the beginning?
Yeah.
Like it takes off or something?
Yeah, it has like a little bird, like a crow or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, the crow. Okay. It says here, so they made this a top priority after hearing Alvarez's pitch, and after a recent script was delivered, things only gained speed in getting this film in front of cameras by early 2023. While execs are going through their process on other cast members, Spaeny has been the top choice for the lead role for some time, after several meetings with producers and Álvarez. Let's see, Spaeny is set to play Priscilla Presley in Sofia Coppola's Priscilla, opposite Jacob Elordi as Elvis. They're doing another Elvis movie, huh?
Yeah, they're just going to bleed that dead man dry, bro.
I mean, the last one was so great. Like, the Elvis biopic that just came out was so good. Sofia Coppola, she does make good movies. And if they're doing a Priscilla, that could be interesting. The whole story is fantastic. So the fact that Spaény's being picked to play this role is a pretty good nod to the actress. If we look at some of the things that she's been in, she's only been acting since 2016. She was in Pacific Rim Uprising. She played Amara. She was in Vice. She played the 17-year-old Lynn Vincent. So not much there.
She was in Willow? What?
I don't see that.
Why is it listed as being in Willow?
Oh, in the upcomings?
No. It says she was in Willow 1988.
No. I would go to IMDb. I wouldn't look at that.
Maybe she was like the baby. Maybe she was the baby or something, dude.
It's not listed in her acting credits.
Interesting.
So, I mean, if she was, I guess it's possible.
Oh, was she this character?
She's too.
Oh no, she wasn't.
She's too young, bro, to be anything in Willow.
I guess you're
She
right.
wasn't even born. She wasn't even born yet.
Google got it wrong, man.
Maybe she's
in the new one or something.
She's not listed in it if she is.
So the Kraft Legacy was actually a surprisingly decent continuation of that franchise. I was a fan of the first Kraft, and I expected this to be absolute utter garbage, and it actually wasn't. It was actually it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad either. So I was impressed by that.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things to look forward to about this movie is the fact that the script has been approved. The studio really likes what the script's going to be. You've got Ridley Scott's production company making it, so he's got to like what's happening. And so it kind of gets me a little excited about it. I really did not enjoy any of the Alien versus Predator kind of movies. If this gets back to like the Prometheus style for Alien and kind of the whole saga they went through with that, and I think Ridley Scott's last one was just the one after Prometheus. If they get back to that sort of storytelling, would be cool. Or even if they rebooted the original Alien movie. I know nobody likes reboots, but I think it would be interesting to re-envision Sigourney Weaver with a new character and kind of explore maybe what they were doing out there and do a little bit more in that realm. I could see something like that happening.
I feel like there are some movies that you shouldn't reboot because it hasn't been hasn't been enough time, or perhaps maybe it was a solid trilogy. I think that Aliens can be rebooted. I think it can be.
I think so. I mean, you got to remember, it's been 40 some odd years.
It's been a long time, and let's be fair, not every Aliens movie was rock steady. So this would actually give, in this unique situation where it would give the original producer of these movies a chance to like rebuild the franchise, knowing the mistakes that were made in the previous films.
Right, and by saying mistakes, we're not saying Alien and Aliens aren't almost perfect movies, because in a way they are. But with the technology and the way you could make movies back then, there's just so much more you could do. Now, you don't want to change the canon or change anything, but the bulk of what made Alien great was that it just scared the hell out of you. It's Sigourney Weaver on the ship, and she's, got aliens coming after.
Yeah, it's like a survivor horror thing. No, I'm not saying that they're bad movies. I hope that's not where anyone thought. But there's only so much you can do at the time those movies were made.
Right.
And then movies that came afterwards were like weird prequels, and it was almost like he was trying to like soft reboot it. Maybe you just reboot it, start from scratch, and start making movies from there. Because
that's what I'm wondering. Yeah, go ahead.
Because Aliens, Alien 3, whatever it was called, that was a disaster.
It was okay. I mean, I like the whole monk thing where she killed. I actually kind of like that movie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that maybe I'm thinking about Alien 4, the one with the baby?
Alien Resurrection was the third one.
Alien Resurrection. That's the one where she has a baby, right? It has like a baby alien hybrid. Yeah. That movie was a hot mess.
Yeah, Alien. That was Alien 4.
Alien 4. So Alien
Resurrection was the fourth one.
That was a disaster.
It wasn't great.
In comparison to the first two movies, that movie is like, what?
Right.
That's like eating a cheeseburger when you just had a filet mignon.
Well, and when you think about it, because you're right, that's a good point. So when he went and did Prometheus in 2012 and gave us like this origin story, and then did Alien Covenant in 2017, those are prequels. So it almost makes sense that the next one would be right about maybe the time, or maybe it's something in between the Sigourney Weaver story.
Ooh, what if instead of prequels, what if he already rebooted it and we just don't know yet? And what if he just started a little bit behind so they can get the lore up, and then he starts moving and shaking?
Well, I mean, I do think Prometheus and Alien Covenant were explanations for the original Alien movies. So I don't know if he rebooted it. You know what I mean?
And what I'm saying though is usually you want to build your universe before you tell your story. You don't tell your story and then go, oh, by the way.
But you couldn't. He couldn't. I mean, he was not a big name actor. He was not a big name director. You know, so when Alien came out, he just kind of had to keep moving forward. So
I gotta tell you, for this new movie, he got the right director. He got this guy. What's his name? Fede Álvarez. Fede.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, I got the name right. Fede Álvarez. He did Dusk Till Dawn, the TV series, which, considering the fact that they can't have an R rating on that show, they got away with some seriously balls to the wall horror, and Evil Dead, which I love that movie. The guy is definitely an up and coming guy, director that understands horror.
Yes,
he does. He understands like horror, and he utilizes in Dusk Till Dawn. He really utilized the series. He really utilized the same way the aliens were terrifying because you didn't know where they were. You can hear them moving and
right. Yeah, you could see them through the countdown for meters. Yeah,
right.
Cool.
Yeah, he utilized that same effect in Dusk Till Dawn. It saves some money and it adds to the terrifying factor.
Absolutely. What you can't see is, and he's also got, he's got Texas Chainsaw Massacre for 2022. The guy's a horror guy. And guess what? Alien is a horror franchise.
Yeah, it's horror sci-fi.
It's horror in space.
Right.
So
it's horror sci-fi survival.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens going forward. I'm going to be paying close attention to this as I'm going to be looking forward to it. Love Alien movies. As long as Predator's not involved with it, I'm good.
Oh, so hush your mouth, young man.
Sorry.
AVP was before its time.
Let me tell you, AVP was like rich people squirting on themselves or something. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like, how can we make the most money possible?
No. Listen. You're not understanding the industry changing event that was AVP. No. Let me explain. I'm not even making a joke right now. No, maybe it didn't make a lot of money. Maybe it's not critically acclaimed. But remember this. There was like two big before crossovers were a thing. Before people thought about combining franchises to make billions of dollars.
Which they should never do, by the way.
That's not. Are you talking about Marvel? Marvel, you liked Endgame, did you not?
Marvel is the same thing. Predator has nothing to do with Alien.
No, it does. Now, let me finish.
Written by different people. Yeah.
Who cares? Listen. So was all the Marvel movies.
Marvel's one comic book. Yes.
No, it's not. It's a series of stories written by different people. Listen.
All produced by Marvel.
There are two giant. So the name of the game now is all about crossover, franchise building crossover events. And there are two crossover events in the history of cinema that you have to respect even if you didn't like the movies. And that was when Freddy met Jason at the end of that movie with that little cut scene with his hand coming up. And the theater lost its mind. I remember being a teenager and thinking like, what happened? Did someone get hurt? They lost their mind when they realized that there might be a Freddy versus Jason. And
it's a money grab.
And then it didn't happen for like 30 years. But that was huge. And I'm sorry, when you're watching Predator and you see the alien in the ship, the alien skull, huge. Now maybe it was just little Easter eggs, but those are crossover. They changed the industry when they realized that people were so excited, stupid excited about that. The industry completely changed from there on out. Every big tentpole movie wants to be a franchise, and they want to cross over. And
I wonder why James.
Mark my words, there will be a Fast and Furious Jurassic Park crossover. Mark my words.
I know. You keep saying it, and I don't know why James T. Kirk never pulled out a lightsaber. I just don't know why it didn't happen, because sometimes it's just about the money grab. And I'm sorry.
And you know what? That wouldn't have made sense. But bro, Predator versus Alien makes sense.
They turned the aliens into cattle. I just didn't like it. I didn't like that they turned the aliens into creatures instead of intelligent beings. They were like things to kill.
Did
That
we
was all
watch
it
the
was.
same movie?
Yeah, Predator was the hunter, and the
No.
aliens were the prey. Well, let me tell you how serious you should take it. If you go back and look at all of Ridley Scott's alien movies, there aren't no freaking predators in them. Okay, and he's the guy who came up with it. So that's all I'm going to say.
I don't know why you're hating.
You can look at it.
I don't know why you're hating on AVP, bro. I don't
like him. I don't like it. I like Predator. I like the first Predator movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I'm sorry. Which one's better, Predator 1 or 2?
The first one.
Yeah, you're great. You're an insane person.
What are you talking about?
No, Predator 2 is a real sci-fi film. Predator 1 is not sci-fi.
All right.
Predator 1 is a cash grab. It's Arnold. It's not. Yeah, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger at his. It's the height of his. It's like The Rock. Let's make a fun movie. This crazy movie with the military guys in the jungle. Look, Predator 2 required thought. It required character
Predator
building.
2. Anything with a 2 behind it is literally
That's not true.
Grab.
Terminator 2 is a better movie than Terminator 1.
Crash grab. It doesn't matter. It's still a cash grab. Even if that is a better movie, and it was made by the same persons.
I don't care if it's a cash grab. If it's a better movie, it's a better movie. Predator 2 and Terminator 2 are and I would argue Empire Strikes Back are examples of the sequel being better than the first movie.
You're right in 2 of those 3 situations.
Oh, you're an insane person. Okay,
we'll have to agree to disagree.
Okay, sometimes we don't always agree, guys. That's it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button in the comment section to tell us, what did you like better, Predator 1 or Predator 2?
And if you want to see us, wait, what Predator? This story isn't even about Predator.
It doesn't matter. This is where we got. Whoever wins next week, whoever wins has to shave off one eyebrow.
I will win because the second one is not better than the first
one. No, you're an insane person. The comments will decide who wins this fight next week. Eyebrows coming off with our sponsor Manscaped.
Manscaped did not sponsor this.
They did not, yeah. But I still have their stuff.
I don't know why you said that.